the legality of the Trump administration's deportation of a Brown University professor is very much up in the air after a federal judge abruptly postponed a court hearing in the case just moments before it was set to begin this morning. Dr. Rasha Alawieh is a kidney transplant specialist and an assistant professor at Brown Medicine, who was in the U.S. on a valid H-1B visa, that is for highly skilled foreign citizens. But as she was returning to the U.S. from Lebanon late last week, she was detained at Logan Airport for 36 hours before being flown back, despite a court order temporarily blocking her expulsion. NBC's Julia Ainsley is following this. What more do we know about this professor, Julia, and what happens now?
Well, it's interesting. We saw something get posted on X by DHS saying that this professor went to the funeral of a Hamas leader abroad and that therefore when she came back, her visa was revoked. Now, I've reached out to some former officials who have handled issues like this in the past at Customs and Border Protection, and they say this is pretty unusual. Here they're saying a visa is a privilege, not a right, and glorifying and supporting terrorists who kill Americans is grounds for visa issuance to be denied. This is common sense security. Now, it's true in the past, Customs and Border Protection have even been able to look at people's social media when they're coming through or when they're applying for visas, but it's unclear if they've ever actually been able to revoke visas for times where they didn't actually commit a crime. In this case, she merely went to a funeral. So this case is a little unusual. In fact, we were supposed to have a hearing earlier today, this morning, in fact, Chris, it was postponed. And one of the lawyers for Dr. Alawieh has said that he is removing himself from representing her after doing more diligence. Now, she does still have another lawyer representing her. But not only is it an unusual case, it seems that there could be more instances of this across the country where people are either questioned more than they typically would on their way into the country, or they're being told that very lawful documents, just like Dr. Alawieh had an H-1B visa that allowed her to live and work lawfully in the United States, are no longer valid.